Hey there, it's Bernardo, and you're watching Vibe Code Me. And in today's episode, we're going to look at another VS Code extension. We're going to take a look at Qodo Gen. So let's take a look. So we already reviewed a bunch of different plugins for VS Code, Client, Kilocode, and Recode, which are all kind of like the same lineage of tools. And yeah, we also reviewed Continue and Copilot. And today we're going to take a look at CodoGen. Is the next one that I have on my list for VS Code. I'm not sure if this is a fork like of Client or something. Maybe you can check on GitHub. So yeah, this used to be called Codium. I'm not sure now is CodoGen, Codium. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is open source, closed source. I don't know a lot about it. But Qodo, they have a few different products, and they have a CLI agent called Qodo Command. But I think Qodo Command is mostly for like delegating to other agents. Qodo Merge, I think it is kind of like how Copilot, you can assign is a code review like CodeRabbit or Copilot or whatever. So this is AI Coder code review. We're not going to be looking at that. They have Qodo Aware, which I think is kind of like indexing for the code. They say it's an agent, but I think it's around like understanding the structure of the code and asking questions. But yeah, this is not again what we're going to be looking at. I thought about trying this Qodo command. I don't understand if this is more like a coding agent, like from the docs here, like, yeah, they seem to use more like for hooks and whatnot. Like, yeah, they give the example of like a pre-commit hook to do something, for example. So this seems more like a framework to build agents. So I'm not sure it is like a design for the kind of like pair programming experience that we are reviewing on this series mostly. So we're going to be taking a look at Qodo Gen. So Qodo Gen is a VS Code extension for code generation. And I think they also have for JetBrains. But again, we're doing most of these videos in VS Code. So that's what we're going to be testing. But yeah, it seems like as all the other ones have all the basics. You can add context like files, folder, git diffs, repos, images for a model to support it. I'm not sure how, like, I think it is bring your own kind of key, from what I understood. Seems to support MCP. Can take maybe a look at their docs first. Where I can find the docs. Docs. Go to docs. Yeah, MCP. They seem to... Wait, go to docs. Goes to MCP plugins. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be easier to try things manually. I don't have a lot of expectations for this, honestly. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. So, yes, it is what it is. We're just going to take a look at that for completion. So, yeah, so let's get started into installing it. So, for installation, I'm just going to follow here the try for free VS Code thing. Yeah, this just opens the marketplace. It's going to open VS Code. Yeah, maybe just open already. Wait, why is it not opening? Okay, and now it's opening. You could just search for Qodo as well. Yeah, been updated 4 hours ago, so yeah, still being updated. So yeah, so this is formally coding, as I mentioned. And yeah, let's just install this, and also let me disable client, so we don't. Let's go to extensions, client. I'm gonna disable this. Restart extensions. All right, so now I have Qodo. I like the mascot. Yeah, okay, so it seems that you need an account, so we're gonna set this up. But yeah, the installation is quite easy. So let's try to create an account. I'm gonna sign in with my account. I don't have an account yet, so I'm gonna create one. Gonna do login with GitHub. Yeah, okay. So yeah, continue with GitHub. Authorize Qodo AI. Okay, successfully logged in. Uh, yeah, so it seems, yeah. So it's like the other tools that we tested. I think likely it is behind a pricing plan. Yeah, credit use. So this is not like bring your own model kind of thing. So I imagine I have to pay for that somehow. How do I pay for that? Okay. Uh, what is this project about? Likely you want to complain because I never paid. Or maybe it will run. Okay, there's some free usage going on here. At least this gives an idea of the. So there's my name here. So I imagine they also have some like team stuff for navigating the threads and whatnot. I wait. Is there an app called Expensify? And I just accidentally used the same. I mean, this is like such a. It's like calling your pizza place like Mr. Pizza. At least like here in Portugal and Brazil, that are like every city had a place called Mr. Pizza. So maybe expensive, like putting I in the end is such a like classic startup naming thing. So yeah, pretty sure there's an Expensify, but I never checked it. A real Expensify. But yeah, okay. How do I set up my account? Okay, let me close the thread and see. How do I open recent threads? Okay, I guess I have it here. Wait, what? How is it open? How is currently? I just asked the question. Ah, okay. So we have 75 credits, and then I guess we have to upgrade. So let me just check the pricing, total pricing. Okay. Yeah, that's steep. But yeah. Okay, we do have 2,500 credits. I'm not sure exactly like what is one credit, so we're gonna have to pay, and that's it. Okay, let me just check the UI real quick. Auto approve. I mean, there's no fine grain control for auto approval. Uh, let's take a look at. Okay, there's workflow context. So what we can add to the context. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. We can pass the changes. Can pass files. Okay, files and folders. Yeah, I guess I can just do yes. And if I select from here, likely just gonna add there. Yeah, so just this a nice UI. I can add images. I can enable web search and or disable that. How do I? Okay, MCP tools. Add new MCP. Yeah, is there a way to add like to? Okay, they have some system level tools. So yeah, read file, write file, replace. Okay. Oh yeah, and then I can select what other things are auto approved. Okay. Execute shell command. All right. Let's see what they have in terms of. Yeah, what are the workflows that they have? Okay, so these are probably just prompts, right? Yeah, so this is just workflows. I guess if I click here, that's the same thing. Yeah, so this is just prompts, I guess. And I can set like a preferable model for each of the things. I think this is cool. Like I can say, hey, for planning, you should use GPT-5 or GPT-5 Pro or thing, whatever. And then for coding, you should use, wait, they have Haiku, but they don't have. Okay, they seem to be heavily focused on OpenAI models. But yeah, like Sonnet or code fast one for the code changes, for example. Okay, tools. I wonder if I just do if I get the. Okay, let me try this other thing. So just come here. Well, we on this project. Let me open a recent project file. Open recent. Let's go to the root code one. So here we have the MCP.json. What happens if I just copy this here? Honestly, I don't like that it already created the .qodo thing as soon as I opened. Yeah, let's see if it detects the tools. Okay, this is not the file thing. Maybe if I leave it in the root. I'm just trial and error. I know that's not the best approach, but yeah, but I guess we can come here, copy these, set it up here. Save it. Local MCPs. Where do I put this file? Okay. MCP. Okay. Honestly, it's just this file here. So I'm just gonna do this and save. Oh yeah, there's the always allow. That's probably the thing that is causing issues. Save. Okay, let's. I think we're gonna have to take a look at how to set these things up. So. Okay, so for the instructions file, they do support agents.md, which is again kind of becoming a standard nowadays. Oh, they have modes. How do I change the mode? Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so these are the modes. They have, yeah. And again, I can also configure the system prompts and maybe I can create custom modes. Okay, I can customize the system prompts. I can customize which tools they have access to. And it is quite cool, honestly, because then you can reduce the scope, which reduces the context, and you can have a lot of different configured MCP tools. Right, this is interesting. Import mode. What the hell is import mode? Yeah, I think code is code is the one that doesn't have any specific prompt, I guess. I mean, they likely have a system prompt, but you cannot customize. Yeah, so you see, replace, they don't have, not write, so yeah, they tune for only reading and writing. How do I add that file? Okay, let me try one thing here. Tools, add new MCP. Okay, what happens if I just do this and remove this? Okay, and then if I do this, okay, nice. Where this file lives? I guess that file lives in in a global place. All right. Maybe I can pass like the project directory somehow. Okay. Uh, I don't know how to properly configure that. Yeah. Okay. MCP JSON PWD. Where can I see? I mean, I need to know the schema of that thing. Yeah, that's not great. You know what? Like, I feel like maybe one could get around by having like something that starts a SSC like locally, so I can start the MCP server as part of like a even a Docker Compose up or whatever, and then I just connect to like it's the opposite of doing a bridge between SSC and standard input and output. Learn more about tool configuration. Servers. CWD. PWD. Okay, maybe there's a. Is that a standard? Maybe configuration. JSON. Uh, okay, you know what? Let's just ask Qodo. Let's just ask Claude. So I'm just gonna ask, can I specify a directory for a server command for an MCP to run in the mcp.json file? For extra context, I'm trying to set up Prisma MCP with Qodo Gen, and I can't seem to know to find how to make it run the npm. What is the command again? The npm exec Prisma MCP from the project root, so it is failing. Okay, let's test this workspace folder. I don't know if this is supported by this thing here, but I'll just give it a try. Yeah, it's not supported, but I guess I could just copy these, and then this should work. I mean, not the best experience, but it can make it work. Oh, also it doesn't work. Can you search Qodo docs for that info? Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be great for this kind of like support. This is annoying. But this works. How can I see the Yeah, sorry for the fart noise. Yeah, this doesn't work. Okay, we're gonna give up on MCP for this as well, and maybe I can popular MCPs. There was a better experience for adding tools, right? MCP tools. I don't know where I saw that, but yeah, okay. Yeah, this is not. I don't know how to properly set this up. Yeah, this doesn't seem to work, and I'm not gonna waste too much time. They should make this easy, but yeah, let me just do git status, git reset, hard git status. Yeah, I don't like that they create this Qodo. Yeah, all right. I think this should be good enough. Yeah, let's just give it a try then. It's not promising a lot, but yeah, let's go. All right. So as usual, we're gonna create a new repository. You're gonna call expensify Qodo gen. Create a repository. You're gonna clone it as soon as it's ready. Git clone this, and we're gonna do expensify Qodo gen, use trust, meet install, pnpm install, right? And we're gonna do code dot to open VS Code. We're gonna close this, and yes, and then we're gonna start by okay. So this Qodo directory is empty there. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna become agents.md. Rename agents.md. Yeah, this we already saw we cannot do anything. So yeah, with that now we should be able to start. And I think I have a plan mode, so I'm going to change to the plan mode, so we can do that. But I think that's the whole project setup for now. No MCP, so we're just going to do that. Git commit sham project setup. So we're starting now. It's 6:20, and we're gonna go until 8:20, and we're just gonna do the planning phase. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna change to plan mode. Yeah, I'm gonna use this because they have these powerful models and then everyday models. But then, okay, so there's this credit use. I mean, come on. You're paying like the same credit usage for Haiku than for GPT-5. That doesn't make any sense. Like this pricing it's really like what is even this price? Like everything is 1x. Oh, maybe this is only on the free trial. Maybe if I upgrade, this is different, which is also would be kind of shady. But yeah, let's go GPT-5. Yeah, out of this model, I think for planning, this is the best option here. So let's start with the prompt we always send. Right, so we come here, copy the prompt. come here, we just pasted this here. Oh, this is a little bit weird. The vertical spacing is weird, but yeah. All right, prd.md. No matching results. What do you mean? prd main. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, oh, when I pasted. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Gonna paste it here, remove, and now it doesn't have the, yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm gonna do slash product, and this is gonna be prd main. Yeah, prd main, and this is gonna be tasks, and I'm gonna send it. All right, now we wait. Okay, foundation and architecture. Okay. Okay. I think. Okay, let's see the diff. Okay, I can see the diff in one go. This is nice. I like that. I could review everything here. Yeah, one thing that I really wish these tools would do is for new files, just show the right pane. Like, you're just wasting all of that space for no reason. But yeah, I mean, I know I can do this, right? Then like this should be the default. Like if it's a new thing, it should be like that by default. But yeah, yeah, I'm not sure I agree with this initial thing, creating like. Okay. Uh, so this, yeah, the challenge with this, how do I comment? Okay, yeah, the challenge that a little bit of task 1 and 2 is already close others. So task 1 and 2 is, yeah, some of the stuff is already implemented. So maybe, yeah, so task 3 is categories. What is lighthouse and X? I have no idea what those are. Okay, so observability too. Okay. Accessibility. Again, I'm not a huge front end dev. Yeah, the resolution, policy managing resolution. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna accept and let's see what it talks about. Let's first review what is already implemented. I feel like some points of task 1 and task 2 are already implemented. Since we already have the magic code flow implemented, let's keep it. Oh, come on, this is bad. Yeah, the markdown editing here is kind of bad because if I do this, now I have this list, and if I do shift enter, it doesn't add new bullet points. How do I add a new? Okay. This is the thing. I think a lot of the times are the small things that break the experience of using an agent. Like people do a lot of like crazy things on how well it processes context, whatever. But then the small like user experience details just skew the experience. Yeah, I just spent like a lot of credits. Yeah, I also forgot the clarification. Task 005. It's still going, and like there's a lot of noise. Like, yeah, the models that they have like the thinking and they are collapsed because a lot of this is like the model just thinking, and it's hard to like. Is this like an infinite loop? Yeah, it seems like it. Okay, What is even going on here? I think this is. Okay, I have a feeling that this is gonna be one of these videos that we end short because yeah, whenever I find a tool that I feel that is so behind the competition, it's just like I don't think this is even worth reviewing. Yeah, and this also would save me $30. So in a way, I'm biased that I want this to fail because I don't want to pay $30 for that. But yeah, let's just wait a little bit. I think this is just going. Yeah, this is just going crazy. Let's just stop. Oh, it's eating my memory. Look at that. There's like 21 gigabytes of memory. Yeah, just gonna close this. Gonna open code again. And the chat history is gone. Okay, you know what? Let's work with what we have. It's so bad. Why it doesn't have a chat history? Okay, I need to maintain. I need to keep cool. I'm just gonna edit the task myself. Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, okay. The problem is that I open recent. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. I was just in the wrong place. Okay. Let's simplify task one and task two then. Is there a way to like compact the context? Okay, the request for confirmation is great. Per request org ID is great. Dev only invite in by logging to the console is fine as well. We should allow multiple admins per org. On top of that, let's make sure how are you thinking about implementing the invite flow? Input invitee. That's perfect. Let's update the test files. Yeah, I mean, GPT-5 is a great model for planning. But honestly, I feel like Codex, I think there's now an extension for VS Code for Codex. I haven't talked about that in my video. So there's Codex. I think I should test it. I tested it on using Codex CLI. But yeah, back to Qodo again. There was an error to calling. Oh, auto approve. Wait, did it approved already? Ah, okay. Now it's the diff summary. Okay. Yeah, this seems good. I like it. Right. Okay. So I think this is a good plan. Let's just commit that. Status git dot git commit dash m docs created tasks git push. Okay. Let me also push that. All right. So yeah. So this is good enough for the test. Now let's jump straight into the task one. So I will start a new chat. Let's see how that goes. And I'm gonna say, let's do task 001. Task 001. Okay. Why would you do that? Why would we? Why do we need the dev dev test? Dev test. Task. But the test. But for tests we use transactional testing techniques, so the test D is never populated. I feel like running the dev server against that DB is actually a bad practice then. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna remove. I was trying to understand. I'm going to. So I'm gonna accept all. I'm gonna go to package JSON, and this is what I'm gonna do. First, I want to do npm test CI. So that's a weird thing. Like, yeah, of course it's not gonna work because I need to do docker compose sd. Then I need to do pnpm compose yes. Right. And I need to do cp and do pnpm test reset. And I need to do pnpm test CI. Why is it not working? Pnpm test pm db. I need to do push test because I don't have migrations yet. And now I can run. Yeah. So this is a weird thing. Like, I don't know why you would want your CI to be less verbose than your local thing. So I don't like that. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm just sort of test CI. Yeah, the only thing is on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this. So this is gonna be the default one, and this is gonna be watch, which is without that. And yeah, so this is gonna be just pnpm test. And then this is just gonna go. All right. So now I've made some changes to the package JSON to make a few things simpler. Now let's proceed with checking the forecast one. Yeah, the tool call seems a little bit like weird. Like it say, "Hey, I want to run this and confirm if you want me to just do it." Okay, run once. Yeah, let's just do that. Just copy the dot env dot example to dot env. Should work now. Okay, that's a nice fix. Nah, you got it wrong. We still. Oh, sorry. Remove the comment from. Yeah, let me just fix it for you. So I'm just gonna post test. Yeah, this is a weird. I don't like that comment, and I will remove that as well. Fix it a few more things. Try it again now. Run once. Yeah, it seems to require a lot of like babysitting. Like I need like it's a more interactive approach. It doesn't go and keep doing things. I have to okay now continue the test. Continue the test now. Hmm. Okay, task is done. Accept all. I think we're done with task one. All right. So yeah, let's just commit. I'm just gonna come here. Do git status. Yeah, let me just run pnpm dev. And I want to see how things is locally. Localhost. Let me just close this as well. All right. So I think we have like /orgs. It's just a bunch of placeholders. Review. Is it review or reviews? Reviews. Yeah, I don't see the value on these placeholders though, but yeah, it is what it is. Policies. Especially because a lot of this likely will be inside of the org/whatever. But yeah, let it go. It's fine. Lazy git. Gonna add everything, and going to do feat task one. Yeah, whatever. And now I will create a new. Yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade. But yeah, I will start test two. I will first upgrade. Gonna pay the $30 for you, so you can see me using it. And yeah, let me use. Okay, I'm not gonna do the same mistake that I've done before. I'm gonna use all my credits first, and then I will upgrade. Because a lot of times you have the as soon as you upgrade, you lose the 75 free credits. But yeah, let's go to task two now. So for task two, I'll start a new thing, and I'm gonna say, let's do task 0002. Yeah, the UI here is like not great. The markdown rendering, the markdown editing is not a great experience. Adding context is fine, like the pop up, the UI. The UI is clean, but maybe it's too clean. I like the review process, like Cursor does, and I think we had a similar experience with Copilot. All right, let's see what they've done. Yeah, I guess the reason why this is so polluted is because this is a lot. This is like the model thinking, which a lot of the other agents they just hide. But yeah, schema Prisma. Is there anything wrong here? Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't be using GPT-5, right? I think I should use like Grok Code Fast one. It's doing a lot of like thinking, and it seems like to be repeating itself multiple times. I saw this again. It seems to be like going like in circles. Yeah, I mean there's an error on that thing. Okay, I'm gonna change to Grok Code Fast. There is an error in schema. Fix it and proceed with the task. Let's see if this is gonna be faster. Yeah, I already have 8 out of 75 credits. It was quite good. DLX Prisma Migrate Dev. One once. Why is adding the user ID there? That edit doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that edit doesn't make any sense. So this fixes the issue, but this one doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna reject that one. Uh, yeah, okay. I will upgrade, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just maybe and how do I? Yeah, maybe I just do a reload window. And then I can come here. Okay, yes, now I have 2,500 credits. This was the most expensive plan I've got. Like it costed me $38. So yeah, I mean for all the coding plans, this is more expensive than OpenAI's plans, than Anthropic, than even Google. Of course, I think the limits here should be quite high. Like we spent on 75 tasks in what, like 40 minutes of coding. So yeah, let's say an hour, right? But yeah, 100 per hour. Maybe that's a good metric. So 100 per hour, that'll give us 25 hours, right? And yeah, that's not great either. I think again, yeah, I don't think the plan is worth it. But yeah, let's continue with test two. Continue with test two. As a reminder, I rejected the change to trpc.ts because we don't need the user ID as another property because we can already get it from session.user.id. What is the model that is being used? Oh, okay. And now it's back to GPT-5. I don't want to go to GPT-5. GPT-5 is just weird. Okay. All right. We now have other models. So I can use Grok 4. I can use... Oh, that's much better. Okay, so we're going to switch to... Yeah. Why would you use 4.1 Wopus? I don't know, but we have Grok 4. But now that's credit. Okay, so on the free plan, you only get the things that have 1x usage. But now we do have access to Cloud 4.5 Sonnet, and that's what we're going to use. Continue the task. Yeah, Sonnet is just much better at implementing stuff than GPT just goes in like weird directions. Yeah, again, I think GPT is great for like GPT 5 and also maybe Gemini 2.5 Pro. They are great like for especially GPT-5 for like reasoning and being like more independent, like they reason alone better. Uh, I haven't reviewed yet, but I believe that when I go review the background agents, I have these expectations that Codex is going to be the best performing one, and or maybe cursor background agents using that, or Copilot. Maybe Copilot also uses Codex. So yeah. Okay, it created a bunch of like. Okay, create this service thing with just. Okay. Okay, I like that. This is cool. It created like a fake implementation. I would rather see this. I mean, we can likely do that with But yeah, okay. I think it's fine, especially at this stage. But maybe a mock would be easier, right? I don't like mocking, but this is a case where I think mocking and just sorting it was called is probably better. But I mean, you can have a fake implementation, right? Okay, let's see how it is doing. Yeah, it forgot to mock the out, which will fail. Don't run. Gonna stop. You forgot the mock. You forgot to mock the out part, which is necessary. Maybe. I accepted just so now I can see the difference after my correction. So I think whenever, yeah, because I want to see the diff like in isolation. I mean, I don't think you need to use the router create color directly. I think you can use the root create color. I think that's fine. It's just more isolated if you test. Uh, yeah, I think it's better to test like that. It's not that you need to, but I think it's a better thing. Okay, create this create color thing. Liked it. Uh, why this? Okay. Yeah, I will accept, but I think a good refactor would be to not for like test factories, right? So this behaves more like a yeah, the challenge that this now behaves more like an integration test and less like a unit test. I know I'm not mocking the database, but yeah, I think maybe if you just in the arrange act and assert process in the arrange, you just like create the things in the database directly, right? Instead of like loading routers from multiple places. Okay, I'm gonna stop you and accept this is already better. Let's do a slight refactor. Instead of calling other routers like the org router to create an org, let's bypass it by setting up local factories that just insert the data in the DB as needed. This avoid this makes the tests more focused on the router they are testing and less likely to break if other rules on the other routers change, but the underlying database schema don't. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think, yeah, this is my take on all these tools. There is the model underneath it does like 80% of the heavy lifting. Like the model is really good. It can work on a really bad agent better. I think a good model on a bad, on an average agent is better than a than a than an average model in a good. No, I don't know if I agree with that actually. Yeah, I think both are important. I think there are some agents that they make it so easy to use simpler models that is just like unfair. But yeah, Cloud Sonnet is still the best one. Okay, let me just run the test now. npm check. Okay, npm test. Let's see at least the test pass. Okay, npm dp push test. npm test. Yeah, I'll have fewer failures. Have a few failing tests and and studio npm dp studio test. Yeah, okay, so it is not running, it's not inserting data. Okay, few failing tests and int issues. Okay, this is good enough. Run once. Great. Amazing. let's just prompt continue with the task. But yeah, continue about the agent. So think if your system prompt is not like horrible, like it's well structured, if you pass enough context, if you have all the tools to do that and have a good tool calling, and you use a great model like Sonnet 4.5, then that's already puts you like this is a usable level of model. But then because there's a lot of competition, you need to stand out, right? So some tools they go on like I provide a great value, like a subscription plan, and things are bundled together, like Code, for example. The reason why a lot of people use is because the plan gives you 4.5 Sonnet for a really uh, cheap, I guess, price. And that's the reason why a lot of people use, because the model underline it is good enough, but then the CLI agent is good. But then I think there's a lot of like the small details that can like kill your agent, right? I mean, I think okay, if you just do I don't think I like that. I don't think that's even gonna work. Yeah, okay, it just moved everything to client, so they're not gonna do any server side rendering. And just start npm dev. Have we created a migration? Yeah, I do have a migration there. So let's go to args. Yeah, see the issue? Oh, it's not checking that I'm logged in. Okay. Localhost 80.5. Let's log in. And let's go to /args. Okay, now it works. Yeah. So it needs to do a little bit better job. My org create. Oh, I can already invite people. So someone at example.com, you invite as a member. Invite. It's a good proof of concept, I guess. And yeah, so this likely was not sent, but I should have something. Yeah. So I do have this. So I can come here, do this. Yeah, this is unauthorized, but then if I go to, if I go here, and then I sign in as someone at example.com, go to localhost 80.5, log in, and then I go to that URL. Okay. Great. Wait, I should be able other admin. Example.com. Okay, yeah. Okay, wait a second. Okay, there was another app. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is working, but the experience is not great. Like the front end part is not great, but the back end part is doing all right. But I guess if I look at task two, it just says like a basic UI. I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely like it said that I was going to create like the /org ID /invitations. Yeah, so let's the /org's page is broken when the user is logged out or if the user is not an admin. If the user is logged out, we are still trying to run everything. Run the queries and failing. If the user is not an, we try to run the queries and some of them are all if unauthenticated fail. We need to selectively run some queries based on that. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna come here and do lazy git. I'm gonna add everything. I'm gonna do git task one initial, whatever. I just wanna have like a checkpoint, and I wanna refactor that. Okay, this should fix the issue, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. For the authenticated part, maybe we should just check it in the check server side. But that would be that would require us to change a bunch of different things. server side, and then redirect to if not signed in. Also, maybe we should have a get org method in org.ts. So we don't need to restall and filter. Yeah, don't run. Gonna stop. Gonna do this now. I mean, we do have the Nextcloud does have a hook, right? Yeah, honestly, I hate Next.js. I think it would be better to just use next out hook session. Okay, so I think you can do like okay, let me just test this. So if I come here, let's go to this, let's do sign out, and then let's go to /orgs. Yes, great. And then I can do someone at example.com, localhost 8025, and I log in. Now I can go to /orgs. Great. I think, yeah, what I like about that, because now I can easily come here and do, I can do use I can do gRPC. Yeah, I forgot how to do that actually. Let me go to the page here. Yes, so I load API from gRPC server. Yes, that's how I do it. And then I can do hydrate client with this thing in the middle. And I can do Yeah, I can do prefetch. Yeah, API posts. Yeah, I can do API dot org dot list dot prefetch, and I can do await and do void API dot. Yeah, what are the other things that we do here? So we do a list. Yeah, just the list that is actually run, because the other thing I have to select. And if I just do this, why is it not working? Wait. Yes. That's beautiful, isn't it? So now if I come here, inspect network, yeah, all you can see that this already returned this thing here. If I don't have this and I reload, the orgs start reloading. Yeah, okay. So that's amazing. So that's the reason why I think it's good to separate the client side components and the server side stuff. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, let's run this. Okay, let's continue. Let's check what is left on the desk. I think the task implementation is good for now. There's a manually create invitation flow. Interesting. Okay, so let me commit that. Lazy git. Is there like a lazy git extension for this code? Like, what is the best like extension for git? I remember using git lens, but I think they are now like a paid. Oh, became git kraken. Yeah, I think they're paid now. My Git Kraken is an interesting thing. I always think about like paying for that, but honestly, LazyGit is good. I like my CLI tools. Feet. Uh, test two. Yeah, so this is the thing. So this should be test two initial, actually. What do you mean? Okay. Git, git base dash e add three. Okay. Okay. Great. Let's push. No, I don't want to pull. I want to push. Shift P. All right. We're good. Let's go to test three. So now that we have a clean slate, we committed everything. We're gonna go. Yeah. Now I'm gonna try like just yeah. Let's do it. I want to see how it behaves when the context starts getting like too big. What is even that? No, I'm sorry. I should have. I didn't saw that this was. Yeah, I think I'm starting to face to. Yeah, I just drifted away. Sorry. Let's restart. Restart test server. So I don't have the issues. Okay, this seems fine. So category protected. Require admin. I forgot to run the test reset. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I did the same thing. He's not doing any prefetching here. He's doing the require alt thing here. Wait, what? Is it done already? Okay, let me already improve that. Let's go to category, add required prefetch to the category or our whatever page, so SSR works properly. Okay, so the auto compact is automatic. Do I have like a compact? Yeah, we don't seem to have like this. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to. Let me do close all others. Let's go to category page or page. Okay, categories. That's great. Travel, office supplies, paper, stamps, keyboards, whatever. Edit. Flights, buses, trains, taxis, hotels, etc. Shenanigans. And I can delete it. So an interesting thing, like, is this like a Okay, I can go manage categories and I can see the categories. Okay. Yeah, so this is a good start. I think we can have like a redesigned task down the line. I'm just going to continue with the tasks. All right, so this is good enough. Let's come here. Yeah, I'm going to have it updated everything. Is it done? Okay, it marked as done. So let's do lazy git c feed test 3. This is good enough. And I'm just going to say, let's do test 4 now. Okay, so yeah, we are running task 4, and yeah, we have like 30 more minutes for the 2-hour session. I'm gonna leave, yeah. Yeah, I mean the model is good, but I do think that the agent is not as good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a more like enterprise level code. Let's do restart your server. But yeah, like this is the thing. I think like you either have a really good CLI or you have a really good integration to the IDE editor that you have. And I think this is like, so I'm stuck here. I don't have a great experience for integrating with the IDE other than the terminal. I think the terminal is a good usage of that, but yeah. So yeah, so that's my gist. I think it should, because if you have a good CLI, you can then integrate with ACP, and then you can have amazing integration with the editors. Is there an ACP extension? ACP. Yeah, I don't know if there's a great coding ACP extension. ACP agent client protocol. Yeah, so this is JetBrains, Aeon, UI. And there's a few interesting things going on. Yeah, sorry, I'll go back to the task. So yeah, so that's my take on this. That this is not a great experience. The review experience is good, but everything else is like average. Yeah, I forgot to run the test reset. Now it ran properly. Yeah, this is actually failures. Okay. Before we proceed, we shouldn't be sending decimals on the TRPC layer because they are serialized as objects. We should instead manually convert them to strings. Yeah, this is a bad foot gun of the TRPC. Like everything that is said there, is just gonna believe. Um, yeah, there's the codec thing, but TRPC doesn't. Like Zod has the codec thing, but I don't think TRPC uses it. On the then optionally load them from strings in the front end as well. String router. Just to understand, like if I do this and I do I have npx? TSX, no. npm TLX TSX. So if I do import decimal to this, right? And I do const import await. Okay, so decimal dot from I think I can do like new decimal 1.23, right? Okay. So if I do JSON dot stringify D, oh no, yeah, this is actually serializing correctly. Interesting. I had some issues with that before. Yeah, that was my bad. Just maybe I should cut this. No, I'm gonna leave myself. I make mistakes as well. Oh yeah, actually that's the issue. Okay, yeah, sorry. That was the issue that I had. So it does serialize properly to string, right? But then the issue is whenever like on the client side, it thinks it's receiving a decimal, but it's just receiving a string because it doesn't use like the codec thing. But yeah. Oh. That was my bad. Try again. Should allow admin to create an org-wide policy. should allow admin to create a category specific policy. Okay, this is good. Okay, period only per expense is implemented. Then I have the policy and have the resolver. So resolver takes okay all the policies for the organization. So it runs things like in memory, right? Which is fine. User ID and category ID is optional. How come category ID is optional? But yeah, whatever. That is actually quite good. I feel like user wide or category should have higher precedence than user wide, right? Like, yeah, I will ask that. I feel like user wide. I feel like our category should have precedence over user wide. Yeah, this is a business decision. Let's proceed with the test now. Yeah, so now we're gonna have 70 minutes to do the UI for the policy resolution. Ah, okay. But wait, on task 5, task. I think we should do at least the admin UI here for creating the policies, creating and managing policies. No. Yeah, and I think we should have like a debug UI on the admin, like a given this expense, this category, this user, and this amount. Like, what is the policy? What should the policy return? Right. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's not the one that I want. I want to check this. All right. Okay. Policies. Okay, great. Policy name, standard policy, standard travel policy. That's gonna be 100, and I'm gonna say baseline policy. You can only spend 10.50. Let's just test that. Okay. Great. Let's go to standard travel policy. So you can do 200, and that's only for travel. And that's going to be auto approve. Approve 200 travel expenses. USD travel expenses. Okay, then I can come here for all users and say, Bernardo, someone, this guy needs a lot of travel. So, travel is going to be this. Someone should travel. Great. And, Bernardo should actually just changed my mind. The user wide bin more important than the org category. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Uh, so yeah, so Bernardo. Yeah, Bernardo can. Bernardo is the boss. That can be a lot of money. Okay. User wide. Okay, so I have all these things. Yeah, that's working. Let's add a resolve a debug UI for admins on the policies page that call the resolve given the inputs to test how the policy engine resolves resolves the resolves. Yeah. And then because I think has more chance of finishing in 10 minutes, which is the time that we have left. Due to the file size, let me write a complete file with the bug screen added. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Okay. Someone okay. Okay, let me just stop you there. You can take the type from the TRPC client instead of writing it manually. Okay. Wait, I just realized you are doing it wrong. Resolve policy is just a query, not a mutation, right? If you're here, resolve is is a query, it's not a mutation, yeah. What do you mean fix the router? The router is correct. I'm pretty sure we should be able to run a query programmatically. TRPC run query manually. Sorry, yeah, 10 stack query run query manually once. Manually. Okay. Someone. All right. But if it is office supplies, there's still baseline policy. If it is travel, okay. But if it's office supply, I can buy anything. That's great. Honestly, really good result. Perfect. Let's update task. Task markdown file. We can wrap this up. Yes, I think you're good. I'm not gonna review this stuff. I'm just gonna say feed task 4. Perfect. And we're done. Oh. All right. Oh, what the hell is going on? All right, this is good. And yeah, I think this is good enough. I'm gonna stop here. All right, closing thoughts about CodoGen is that it is an all right extension. Like, it was not great, it was not bad. It worked. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It doesn't have configuring MCP like locally is not like as flexible as other options. I mean, maybe it is, but the docs are not great. In terms of the models that they provide, yeah, as soon as you pay, you have all the good models out there. When I switch to Sonnet 4.5, well, we'll have the performance of Sonnet 4.5. However, it is, I think it is too expensive. I think the pricing is, yeah, it's not there. Like, with that price, you can get much better offers. Like, yeah, from like, I would say they probably compare to something like Copilot, which costs like $15 or something like that, and they are like almost $40, 38 is what I paid. So I don't think they're priced right. I think either they have to improve a lot to be worth the almost $40 that I've paid, or they should, reduce their prices. Yeah, I honestly I don't recommend. I don't recommend Qodo. I don't think it has anything that is better. Like if you want to pay, if you want to pay like a subscription like that, I would say go with Cursor or Copilot. Like if you want like a VS Code like experience, yeah. But and if you want like to bring your own models and whatnot, and maybe a combo with like GLM coding plan or something like that, then I think Root Code or Kilo Code. Root Code was my favorite. My favorite experience. I think was a good balance between how much you can tweak and how good the defaults were. So yeah, so I don't recommend CodoGen honestly. Uh, Too expensive, not a lot of value. So I don't think there's a return over investment there. And if you want the best like experience, and then if you don't care about the VS Code like experience, I think yeah, either again open code or crush again with the GLM 4. GLM coding plan or with your own keys is better, or you just go with the major providers like yeah. I would probably stick between Anthropic and OpenAI, but Google also have a really good model. But my experience with Google was that even on the paid plan, the limits are too small. But yeah, so my point is Cloud Code or Codex are probably better CLIs with an attached plan for a lower price even. Cursor and Copilot are probably the best, bundled thing that are mostly specific for VS Code or a VS Code like experience. You can also bring Codex and Cloud Code to your VS Code. There are extensions. I haven't tested that, but I will test them eventually. So yeah, I think you have better options elsewhere. So I don't recommend CodoGen, not at this price, and the features were yeah meh. I don't know what else to say. So, but I mean the code was good, but I think it was mostly because Claude Sonnet 4.5 is really good, and the system prompt was good enough. And you can likely check what the system prompt is for most of the stuff. You can definitely check for the plan, and you can bring it to root code or client or kilocode. So yeah, that's that. I don't recommend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I hope that I can finish all of these reviews soon so we can start doing cooler stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you. If you leave a like as well, it's going to be great. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.